Here we go again. Harry and Meghan are hungry for attention. They will stop at nothing to take attention away from the royal family and put it on to themselves. Anyways, big news, big announcement. People magazine confirmed that Harry and Meghan's 1-year-old daughter, Lilibet Diana, was christened last Friday, March the 3rd. The announcement was also made on Twitter by an unofficial spokesperson for the couple, Omid Scobie. According to People magazine, the couple invited King Charles, Queen Consort Camilla, and the Prince and Princess of Wales, but they declined. They did not show up, according to the spokesperson. Yeah, right. Who are these people trying to fool? I bet you my bottom dollar Harry and Meghan are gaslighting us again. Stay tuned for the details, plus hear what media personalities and tweeters have to say. Welcome to True Lies Scandals. If you're here for the first time, welcome back. If you're a returning fan, thank you so much. You can subscribe for free and check out my other 20 videos on various topics. Find me on Twitter and Facebook using the links provided. The big question many are asking today is, why did the Duke and Duchess of Sussex christen their daughter as princess without permission from King Charles? That's exactly what we're about to find out. In 2020, Harry and Meghan fled the UK to take up residence in California. They claimed they wanted to live a normal life and raise their children as normal people. Therefore, they won't be using their royal titles, Prince and Princess. But we all know when it comes to these two, they are as unpredictable as they are vindictive. All of a sudden, after just getting kicked out of Frogmore, they are interested in using titles for their kids? Is that a coincidence? Social commentators think the couple is taking a dig at the king to further goad him into reacting, while the king has already reacted by evicting them from Frogmore Cottage after Harry published Spare, the memoir. On the subject matter of the use of the princess title for their daughter, here's what's in the Daily Mail today, and I'm quoting here. A statement by the Sussexes referred to the 1-year-old as Princess Lilibet Diana, revealing for the first time that the couple has decided to invoke their right to use princess for Lilibet since the accession to the throne of King Charles last September. The question that still remains is, can they do this? Can they officially name their daughter princess without the king's consent? Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams describes the development as a complex matter, especially given the ongoing rift between the Sussexes and the royal family. First of all, there is an assumption by the media and the Sussex squad that the king gave his blessings for Lilibet to be named princess at her christening. However, the skeptics don't believe that's the case. You gotta remember, King Charles just recently evicted Harry and Meghan from their Frogmore Cottage last week, their home in the UK, after Harry made scathing accusations about his father and brother in the book Spare. Check out my video for more details by clicking the link icon to your top right of your screen. Some news outlets reported that the Sussexes only gave the palace notice of their intention to use the prince and princess titles for their children, but didn't ask for permission. There's another side to this. Apparently, the grandchildren of the monarch are prince or princess based on their gender. Therefore, there is no formality to bestow these titles. That means the grandchildren may use them as they so wish. While children of the king or queen and their legitimate heirs are born prince and princess based on their respective genders, things may not be as black and white when it comes to grandchildren of an heir to the throne, as King Charles was before Archie and Lilibet were born. So, to be clear, Archie and Lilibet, they were not born prince and princess because King Charles was not the monarch at the time of their birth. They became prince and princess after he ascended to the throne last year following the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The automatic changes in titles is in keeping with the rules set out by King George V in his 1917 letters patent. Even so, royal commentators question whether Harry and Meghan could make title decisions without the king's consent. Here's what British journalist Dan Wootton had to say. Baffling that wretched Harry and Meghan refer to their daughter Lilibet as princess in the announcement of her christening. They hate everything about the institution of the monarchy and are trying to bring it down, yet still want to push it on their very Californian daughter. Next up, ITV Royal News Editor Chris Shipp. Harry and Meghan's daughter Lilibet Diana christened in Los Angeles, and despite everything said in recent months, chose to style her Princess Lilibet. She is entitled to use princess as a granddaughter of the reigning monarch, King Charles. Another person tweeted this. I don't believe they were granted those titles. Buckingham Palace would have announced this and updated their succession website. I will not take Meghan's word on this. From my research, the answer to the question is yes. Yes, Harry and Meghan's daughter can use her princess title. The title for grandchildren of the monarch is in line with the precedent created by letters patent issued by George V in 1917. The letters patent conferred prince or princess on male line grandchildren of the sovereign. Archie and Lilibet are in the male line, having been born to Prince Harry, the former heir to the British throne, who's now fifth in line, by the way, after Prince William and his children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Titles aside, Lilibet has now been christened. According to the Daily Mail, the christening was done in an Anglican ceremony by the Bishop of Los Angeles in the Episcopal Church in the U.S., the Reverend John Taylor. The ceremony took place at the family's Montecito mansion and was attended by 20 to 30 friends, including Lilibet's billionaire godfather, Tyler Perry. Both Archie and Lilibet will only use their prince and princess titles in formal settings, according to their parents. Meanwhile, the couple and their children are forbidden to use his or her Royal Highness, that's the HRH, titles as part of an agreement related to their departure from royal duties in 2020. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams said bestowing the princess title on Lilibet is ironic, since the Sussexes cannot use their HRH titles. The palace nor the royal family has issued any press release or formal statement about the christening. It's been 5 long days since the christening happened, and all we've received is radio silence. Something's not right. What do you think? This speaks volumes, as bestowing a new title to a member of the royal family is something that is often publicly announced and celebrated by the palace. Meanwhile, the royal website has not been updated up until this podcast was recorded to reflect the names of Harry and Meghan's children as prince or princess. The royal website was last updated on March the 3rd, the same day of Lilibet's christening. How ironic. Until then, the two minors are still referred to as by the palace and the royal website as Master Archie and Miss Lilibet. It's now your turn to say something. Share your thoughts in the comment section. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for listening. See you next time on True Lies Scandals.